Hey, with dozens of hit movies and TV shows under his belt, actor Terry Crews found time to star in some really, really low-key commercials. Take a look.
Odor Blocker Body Wash is so powerful it can block BO for 16 hours. It's so powerful it can turn off the sun. But then it gets too cold, so it makes another sun. Double sun power! Power!
All rise for President Camacho, Mr. Terry Crews, everyone.
I'm low-key, master thespian here.
How do you? Yeah, those commercials were a huge hit on the Lifetime network. The ladies won't stop tweeting about them.
It's Oprah's favorite commercial.
I've seen you kick buildings in half. I'm worried right now that you might just rip my head off at any moment.
It's like, great, man. My kids are like, "What's going to explode behind you, Daddy?" You know.
You, if you don't do your chores. Do you ever intimidate them with the?
Yeah, well, you know,
you got to keep them in line, right?
And out the house, we're always doing it. We're running around, explosion! Anything, pancakes, whatever. And the kids love it, and it's really become a phenomenon right
You
now.
can't ever get on your kids like, look, Dad had a hard day of work. You guys need to settle down, because they turn on the TV and Dad's abdominals are singing, and you're screaming to your own biceps.
I literally took the tiger home, and I'm just like walking around with it. And I'm sitting on, and I ride it around the house.
Dude, I was saying this before the interview here. You managed to make Old Spice cool again, which is not an easy feat.
Oh, of course,
because seriously, and no joke, like my grandfather had the old school Old Spice jars on his counter next to his Brill cream, and that was it. That's what he had, and yet you have like introduced it to a new generation using lasers and explosions and just a metric ton of badassery.
Well, let me tell you, these guys, Tim and Eric, who directed it, they have a show on Adult Swim and the whole thing. These guys are geniuses. I mean, the whole campaign was incredible. They have like a thing where they say, if your grandfather didn't use it, you wouldn't exist, which is like, it's like the best thinking, commercials ever. And it's all about commercials are good entertainment now. That's just really what it is. It's better than a movie.
Right. Well, I think 90% of commercials are absolute crap. Yours happen to be good entertainment. So
take it,
God, please. I feel like
I'm sorry.
I feel like I forgot to welcome your pecs to the interview. We should have had them. Do they have their own?
I have nipple co-stars. Yes, they
do they have their own Twitter accounts? Or?
They tweet all the time. Yeah.
Excuse me, one's talking to their agent right now. Let me just. You get recognized for so many roles. I mean, obviously now, Old Spice, you must get yelled at a lot. People are shouting power at you.
Yes.
But, the only time I've accidentally cursed on this show was when I was quoting one of my favorite roles you've ever done, President Camacho from Idiocracy.
Yeah. Oh, let me tell you something. Mike Judge, that movie is become a cult classic. I mean, all the, the real comedians, Will Ferrell, Conan O'Brien, they run up to me and say, Camacho, genius.
What's that like when a Will Ferrell runs in your face and is quoting your stuff to you?
It's humbling. Because, for one, I'm the fan. I'm a biggest comedy fan of all time. And to get that kind of love and respect, it's an amazing thing. But it's Mike Judge. I mean, these characters were thought up, and it's a matter of getting someone to execute. And I thank God that they picked me.
But when you're at, like, the drive-thru of the El Pollo Loco, what is it that they shout at you from the window? Is it power or is it Camacho lines?
It's funny because if I'm at like I said, a restaurant or McDonald's or something, it's like Cheeseburger Eddie, from Longest Yard. If I'm at the mall, it's white chicks, sing the song, making my way downtown, But see, and when I'm at church, it's Everybody Hates Chris. I love that show. You're just a good man.
Yeah.
You a good daddy. You know what I mean? So it depends on where I'm at. It's really not.
Where do you get Idiocracy, though? When you're strolling by a Planned Parenthood?
It's really funny with all the tech geeks and basically white guys. That's pretty much what's going on.
It's my favorite role. Yeah. Now let's talk about upgrading your RAM here. It's the Geek Squad following you around, shouting at you.
At the Mac store, it's Idiocracy.
I bet it is. Totally. All right, so let's talk about this summer. You're co-starring in what it might be the manliest movie ever made. Lots of Old Spice being thrown around this set.
Yes.
The Expendables.
Yes.
So you got Jet Li, Dolph Lundgren, Schwarzenegger.
Keep going.
No, you tell me, because you're standing on set with. Is it a room full of egos? Do they yell cut, and then you guys are talking about risk-breaking technique?
Yeah, well, it was weird. Again, Mickey Rourke, Jet Li, Dolph Lundgren, Steve Austin.
Sylvester Stallone here is actually in it as well. He has something to do with it.
He had most of the things to do with it. And what was so nuts is that egos were checked at the door because, for one, here you are, we're in front of the manliest men of all time, and then here in comes Sylvester Stallone, Rocky. Rambo, the man who is like created the action movie genre, you know, and it was humbling. You totally are like,
so,
I had to bow down. Everybody's like, I'm your daddy, you know what I mean? I'm like, yes, sir, yes, sir.
Wait, so Stallone puts everybody else on the set in check?
He puts everybody in check.
Just by showing up?
He comes in with the cigar going, and you're like, dude, that's the reason we're here. That's the reason why we're making movies.
I thought he would lean in on a Segway with a Jamba Juice and just sip it gingerly with a pinky out.
No,
just
that was
to let
me.
you know.
No, that was me. I had the Jamba Juice. I'm like,
so what's that like? I mean, obviously, you know, you're surrounded by the best in breed when it comes to action. When they yell cut, are you guys like, are you palling around? Are you manning up? Are you trading like scar stories?
Well, you know, it's weird because I had like these on-set fantasies. You know, it's opposite of like girl fantasies. It was like guys are like, what if Jet Li smacked that coffee out of Dolph Lundgren's hand with a giant fight break out? I want to see some blood. You know? And it totally was like, what if Mickey Rourke put a chokehold on Sly just right now? And I would always do that all day. I was like, I wonder if I could take Randy Couture. Can I? And it would totally go like that all day, and everybody on the crew would do the same thing.
I think the DVD commentary is just going to be a bunch of guys screaming at each other and putting chokeholds, isn't it?
Totally. I can't wait. With their Starbucks.
Yeah, absolutely. Terry, your energy is infectious. You're a hell of a guy. I'm a huge fan.
Thank you.
I kind of want to just flip the chair.
Power! Yeah! I had to do it.
See Terry Crews in the Expendables in theaters August 13th.
Yeah.
It's big, it's beautiful, and you're gonna love it.
Attack of the Show's Epic April. Weeknights at 7. Only on G4.